At Holy Spirit High School, we're committed to sensory science experiences for our students. But what we do is connect these sensory experiences with reality, and that is the numbers that we obtain from our LabQuest 2 sensors, such as temperature probes when we're out conducting ecology in the pond, looking at algae, looking at fish, recording temperatures, and recording pHs. Finding out what's going on with the life that's in the pond and what's affecting them. Dissolved oxygen is critical to life, so is relative humidity inside planters. So we obtain these values and it helps us make sense of what's going on inside or with experiments that we're conducting. The chemistry unit can be difficult for students. Hard for them to understand what atoms and molecules are taking place in chemical reactions. Chemical reactions are the basis of the unit, and comprehending how reactions take place and what are the main types of reactions. So if we can test what gases are being evolved, such as carbon dioxide, or if we've got a precipitation reaction or even combustion, we can detect the carbon dioxide. If we see pH changes, we can use the Vernier probe to see a change in pH that's important, that's evidence for a chemical reaction. By the time we get to the physics unit, the students basically take over. They're designing their own experiments. They're very familiar with the use of the LabQuest 2. They are adept at putting in probes. They connect the LabQuest 2 to our iPads and Chromebooks that we have and work well with each other in designing experiments and getting really great data. The motion detectors are vital, and they help students actually learn how to graph, and this is a great skill for them. They share labs and work collaboratively. The weather unit has to be the most sensory of all the units. We feel it every day when we go outside, and sometimes it's hard to comprehend. Temperature is one thing, but making that connection between barometric pressure and the weather. When the barometric pressure is high, the weather tends to be nice. When the barometric pressure is low, it tends to be not so nice. And if we can connect weekly weather with barometric pressures, students comprehend what's going on with the weather. Albedo is something you can also feel. When you're wearing a dark colored shirt, it warms up. But when we can put numbers to that and then graph that, it helps us comprehend what's going on with the planet in terms of losing ice flows and becoming more darker. And that type of graphing helps students. We also look at soil experiments and water experiments for heat capacity. And one of the things we like to do is look at pH of the ocean. And here's an example of ocean water that we're bubbling our own breath through. And it's demonstrating this increased carbon dioxide in the atmosphere causing global climate change, but also leading to this phenomenon called ocean acidification. So we can check that with the pH probes, and sure enough we see that the pH of the ocean water drops as we add CO2 to it. We can also look at what's going on when we're reacting seashells with acids and bases. Coming back to the chemistry unit, drop in the seashell, carbon dioxide is released, and this shows why ocean acidification is such a bad thing for the ocean. Thanks very much to all the people that were involved in this submission. And if you want to contact us, you can reach me at this address. I'd like to thank everybody who supported us, the school, the administration, the district, the Department of Education, Vernier Software Conservation Corps, and all the students who love using their senses to develop their observation skills.